Back-end index pointing right if you're over 55 and constantly waking up around midnight. Wide awake, restless, or drenched in sweat, listen closely. What you think is just age or bad sleep might actually be your body's desperate cry for balance. Because here's the shocking truth most seniors never hear. Those sleepless midnight hours might be feeding the very thing you're trying to get rid of, stubborn belly fat. And the secret lies in a single stress hormone, cortisol. Stay with me until the end, because you'll learn why your body wakes you at midnight, how it triggers cortisol belly fat, and, most importantly, how to reset your body's natural fat-burning rhythm just by changing a few simple evening habits. In 2019, researchers at the University of California, San Diego, followed a group of 120 older adults who had one frustrating thing in common. They couldn't stay asleep. Most woke up between 12 o'clock and 3 a.m. But one participant, a 68-year-old retired nurse named Margaret, stood out. Margaret wasn't overweight, at least not by traditional measures. But no matter how little she ate or how much she walked, she carried a soft ring of fat around her abdomen that simply refused to go away. Doctors told her it was just aging. But after months of research and journaling her sleep patterns, she noticed something strange. Every time she woke up around midnight, she felt hungry, anxious, and unusually warm. When the research team analyzed her hormone levels, they discovered a pattern now recognized by sleep and metabolic experts worldwide. Her midnight awakenings were coinciding with cortisol spikes, throwing her metabolism into chaos. Once she followed a simple cortisol reset routine, her midnight awakening stopped, and her waistline shrank by nearly 3 inches in 6 weeks without dieting. Her story became a cornerstone for a new understanding of how sleep and stress hormones interact in seniors. Cortisol is often labeled as a stress hormone, but it's also essential for keeping you alive. It helps regulate energy, metabolism, blood sugar, and inflammation. Normally, cortisol levels follow a rhythm. They're lowest at night, allowing you to rest and recover, then rise before dawn to help you wake up refreshed. But when this rhythm breaks, as it often does in older adults, cortisol may spike in the middle of the night, waking you up suddenly with racing thoughts, a pounding heart, or a sense of unease. This isn't just a nuisance. Chronically elevated cortisol levels are linked to belly fat accumulation, especially visceral fat around organs, insulin resistance and slower metabolism, weakened immunity, mood swings, and accelerated aging. In other words, that midnight wake-up call might be your body's way of saying, I'm stuck in fat storage mode. As we age, several biological and lifestyle factors collide. Decline in melatonin production. Melatonin, the sleep hormone, naturally decreases after age 50. Lower melatonin means your brain may no longer suppress cortisol effectively at night. The result? Cortisol wins and you wake up, blood sugar dips. Seniors are more prone to unstable blood sugar. When glucose levels drop too low at night, the brain triggers cortisol to raise blood sugar, and that jolt often wakes you up. Medication interference. Common medications for blood pressure, arthritis, or depression can alter your circadian rhythm and elevate cortisol production. Chronic stress or loneliness. Emotional stress doesn't fade with age. Loss, isolation, or even retirement anxiety can subtly keep cortisol levels high, disturbing sleep cycles. Overuse of caffeine or alcohol. Many older adults unknowingly drink tea, coffee, or even wine late in the day, all of which can suppress melatonin and stimulate cortisol long past bedtime. To understand how these nighttime awakenings cause belly fat, imagine this. Every time you wake up at midnight, your body interprets it as a stress signal. It floods your system with cortisol and glucose to help you survive the perceived threat. But you're not running from danger. You're lying in bed. So instead of burning that extra sugar for energy, your body stores it as fat, usually around the midsection where cortisol receptors are most concentrated. Over time, this pattern creates what doctors call cortisol belly, a firm, stubborn fat layer resistant to diet and exercise. And because this process repeats night after night, many seniors feel trapped in a cycle of poor sleep, high cortisol, belly fat, frustration, more stress. A 2020 Harvard Medical School review explained that improving sleep consistency could reduce cortisol by up to 30% in adults over 60. Another 2021 study in the journal Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience found that seniors who practiced a nightly relaxation routine and controlled lighting exposure lost more abdominal fat and had lower fasting cortisol after 8 weeks. So yes, resetting cortisol isn't about supplements or strict dieting. It's about teaching your body when to relax and how to return to its natural rhythm. Here's a routine inspired by real-world results and clinical research. It's simple, cost-free, and specifically designed for seniors. 1. Control evening light exposure, 7 to 9 p.m. Dim household lights after sunset, especially LED and blue light from TVs, or phones that, if possible, use warm amber light bulbs or wear blue light blocking glasses. Why it works. Lower light signals your brain to produce melatonin, which naturally suppresses cortisol. 2. Eat a cortisol calming snack around 8:30 p.m. If you often wake up hungry or anxious, try a small snack combining 1 tablespoon of almond butter or Greek yogurt, half a banana, or a few oat crackers. This keeps your blood sugar steady overnight. Avoid sugar, caffeine, and heavy meals after 8 p.m. 3. Create a mini sleep wind-down ritual. Spend 10 to 15 minutes doing deep breathing or slow stretching before bed. Soft background music or guided meditation can reduce nighttime cortisol. This trains your body to associate relaxation with the same time each night. Keep bedroom temperature cool. A slightly cooler room, around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, helps reduce nighttime cortisol surges and mimics the body's natural sleep rhythm. 5. Wake up to natural light. Open curtains immediately in the morning. Sunlight signals your brain to reset its cortisol rhythm, high in the morning, low at night, restoring balance. Cortisol isn't the enemy. It's supposed to peak in the morning to energize you. A 15-minute morning walk or light stretching between 6 to 8 a.m. helps tell your brain, this is the right time for cortisol release. It strengthens the daily rhythm and reduces those unwanted nighttime spikes. Even seniors with limited mobility can benefit from chair yoga or simple breathing exercises. The goal is movement plus daylight. Nutrition plays a quiet but powerful role. These foods have been linked to better cortisol control and fat metabolism. Avoid refined carbs and sugary snacks at night, late caffeine, heavy alcohol intake. Remember Margaret, the retired nurse? After following this nightly reset for 8 weeks, she no longer woke up between 3 a.m. Her energy improved dramatically during the day. Her waist measurement dropped from 38 to 35 inches, and her blood sugar stabilized enough that her doctor reduced one of her medications. Her biggest surprise? She didn't diet. She simply allowed her body to restore its natural rhythm. She now calls it the peace hour, those deep, uninterrupted hours between midnight and 4 a.m. that once felt impossible to reach. Research now shows that sleep quality in seniors is one of the strongest predictors of longevity, even more than diet or exercise alone. When cortisol remains high at night, the body can't repair DNA, produce sufficient growth hormone, or maintain strong immunity. That's why so many older adults experience increased belly fat despite eating little, higher blood pressure in the morning, sugar cravings during the day, and brain fog that worsens after poor sleep. Resetting your cortisol rhythm reverses this cascade. It gives your body permission to burn fat instead of storing it, to repair instead of survive. Doctors often call it just insomnia, but fragmented sleep, waking up for minutes or hours multiple times per night, is now recognized as a key driver of metabolic inflammation. Even if you're asleep for 7 hours total, fragmented sleep can raise cortisol up to 40% higher than uninterrupted rest. That's why seniors who think they're getting enough sleep still struggle with cortisol belly fat, because it's the quality that counts. Your body cycles through 90-minute sleep phases. If you must wake up at night, avoid looking at the clock or turning on bright lights. Both instantly spike cortisol. Instead, take 5 slow breaths, roll gently, and visualize relaxing your body from head to toe. By doing this, you often re-enter deep sleep before cortisol fully rises. When to seek professional help. Sometimes, repeated midnight awakenings may signal an underlying medical issue such as sleep apnea, thyroid imbalance, or Cushing's syndrome, excess cortisol production. If lifestyle changes don't help within 4 to 6 weeks, it's worth consulting a healthcare provider for hormone or sleep pattern testing. The next time you find yourself awake in the dark, staring at the ceiling, remember, your body isn't broken. It's simply trying to tell you something. That midnight wake-up is a hormonal SOS. Answer it with calm rhythm and gentle care, and you'll soon notice more than better sleep. You'll see your belly flatten, your energy rise, and your confidence return. Because true health for seniors isn't about restriction, it's about restoration. And sometimes, the simplest way to heal your body is to finally sleep through the night. If you found this helpful, share it with a loved one who struggles with midnight awakenings or stubborn belly fat. And don't forget to subscribe, because next, we'll reveal 3 overlooked evening habits that make cortisol belly worse for seniors, and how to fix them in 1 week.